If you have Ubuntu or any other flavor of Linux and you're running just a single boot on a machine, then to display the grub menu to access, say, memtest86, you have to go to Applications, Terminal. Go ahead and navigate to the root directory because it makes everything so much easier. Okay, and I apologize, I'm actually holding this with one hand, typing with the other, trying to get this to work. Okay, so we navigate to a root directory here, and then you want, as root, you want to edit DIT. You do not want to edit menu.lst because grub2 doesn't have that file, and if you write it, it'd be ignored. So you need to change the file ect/default/grub. Okay. So it's default/grub. Okay. Okay. Now you'll notice this menu configuration here. First line, you change this file, run update flag grub afterwards to update boot/grub/grub.cfg. Grub.configuration is the configuration file that grub loads out of. Okay, and there's a whole host of things here. Grub_default, grub_hidden timeout 0, so on and so forth. So you also want grub default to be 0. If you want to see grub, then what you got to do is you need to put a £sign there, or octothorpe, or whatever you crazy British people call it, in front of line number 2 to comment it, and then you can leave the rest of it as is. Grub hidden timeout quiet. I set that to false just because I like to see my timeouts, see how much time I have. For some reason the machine I actually use doesn't play well with USB keyboards and mice. So if I screw up, I want to see how much time I have before, to switch out a new keyboard so I can actually use a leading command line. Okay, so you save it. You're going to quit. Okay, and then again as root, to sudo update-grub. You need to keep that flag and the hyphen in there. Okay, and so we generate a configuration file. If you have multiple Linux distros on this, or like a Linux and Windows, it'll generate more images. Okay, so because I hate rebooting from the terminal, because the last couple times I've done that I've gotten errors. So we're going to go ahead and boot from the machine, or reboot. Okay, and yes, that takes a while to load sometimes. Lo and behold, we have a grub menu. Okay. In your grub version, this is 1.98, and there's the same thing as grub 2.